people, particularly you young men too, because you know, since I raised three African American males, let me tell you, and God has been good. All three went to school on scholarship. The Lord knew it. He just knew I needed that because Mama was robbing Peter to pay Paul to get these kids, and to understand how they are supposed to interact with this world and what their responsibilities as a man and how you're supposed to interact for me, you know, because you my son, and don't let nobody come tell me no crap, okay, because we're going to have a problem, you know. So when I knew that Evan had the opportunity, don't get on TV, chew on no gum, don't be you know, and look presentable. Now, he don't look the best now, but, you know, I love him. So he need a haircut right about now. He promised me he would, but, you know, I'm waiting on that. When he hear this, he's going to like, I'm about to cut my hair, buddy.
You're going to see him next game with a nice crispy line.
No, not quite, but hopefully before the new year. But the journey has been a joy because I had an opportunity to meet such great people. So I can go to any state and say, let me pick up the, you know, I'm coming to town, you know, you're going to be in town, you know, I'm going to just say hi, you know, that kind of stuff.
That's beautiful.
You know, so you build your village.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Any way that you possibly can, which is really, it keeps you going, but it lets you know you're not by yourself. Yeah. And then you don't feel sorry for yourself, and you can help others. Yeah. And so I enjoy that. I enjoy being able to be that catalyst for somebody.
Yeah, it sounds
you know,
like
I be
you
smiling. I keep smiling. I try to. So when I'm not feeling good, I'm in my own house. I don't want to mess up your world. If you don't want to mess up your world, she wants you to stay positive.
We gotta make sure we're sending you those positive quotes too.
Hey, you know
keep you keeping on.
Yeah, well, you know.
That's what the team's about.
That's true.
We ain't gonna let you feel sorry for yourself. We're gonna uplift you and keep on moving.
Well, yeah, that's nice.
We got things to do as a team.
That's a good thing to hear because sometimes you can't stay status quo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes your reserve gets a little low. That's good. I never thought about. I'm always doing it for others. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
it needs filled too.
Yeah, it does need. I appreciate you saying that,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I expect you to do that. Enlighten me sometime,
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
Yes, do that. It will lighten my heart as well as put a smile on my face.
I'll be glad to.
You know, that's good. It's always nice to be thought of. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you don't know how you impact other people's lives. That's one thing that's been really enlightening to me, because I guess I'd be like in my own world, and I'm focused on whatever agenda I'm trying to do. But you never know what people are going to say or see or how it impacts you. And fortunately, so far, thank you, Father God, it's been mostly positive. My one girlfriend from New York always said, always remember how you're going to leave a person. And that was very inspirational for me, because sometimes, you know, we want to be cussing some folks out. You know, sometimes that look on your face is like, wow, you know, because you be caught up in your own world. But if you keep that in the forefront of your mind, it lessens the blows. It lessens that legacy that you're going to leave behind with that person. You know what I'm saying? So some people just need to just get cussed out. But you know, for the most part, I'm trying to learn how to do it the nice way. You know, use the good words instead of the city words. That's one of my new agendas for the new year.
Not the city words.
You know the city words outside that dump. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know,
keeping
but
it real.
and that's what I do. I do try to keep it real, but I do try to stay positive for the most part, and hopefully those people who are around me. I don't really like negative people. You know, my Evan used to be negative. He didn't like. He was not a morning person. Trust me. He come out of the room. I said, "Good morning. How'd you say?" I said, "Oh, you need to go back in your room. Go back in there, and when you can come out and be civil, And you come out, but don't mess up my morning and mess up my day because I'm feeling good. I'm trying to make sure you feel good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
A lot of times it doesn't happen. Like, it's good morning. I love you. Those things don't happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, I think I made that a practice because my parents, I had a 2-parent household, so they were busy raising us. They were busy putting us in school. They were busy working, trying to keep a roof over our head. And that particular generation didn't have the opportunity to just say, I love you. And I recognized that as a young person. And I had my oldest son very young, so at 18. And so I made that a practice to make sure that he knew. I knew they loved me, but I never heard. I don't want to guess it.
Vocalized.
Yeah, I don't want to guess it, by the actions, but not only are my actions telling you that I love you, when you walk out that door, Mommy loves you. Because I say, I love you, have a good day.
Yeah.
And I have inspired that in my young men, so they'll say, Mom, I love you,
Yeah.
Not all, you don't get that, especially from African American males.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So that's a practice that legacy.
Assuming love is a real thing.
Yeah.
Food on the table is love, but like you said,
That's a
the
necessity.
mommy loves you
I want you
is
to
very
know.
important.
Yes, I want you to
When
know that.
we leave each other, I say I love you, cuz.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's hard sometimes because when you tell your young men, when you're teaching them certain things, and I was like, look, you got to learn how to rely on your brothers. What happens if I walk out that door and you don't see me? Mom, don't say that, don't say. No, this is a reality.
Real.
I want you to know that this might be the last time you see me. So what are you going to do? You need to prepare yourself. You need to count it. Nobody's going to be mama. Nobody's going to ever take my place. But you got your brothers. You need to galvanize together. You guys need to stick together, help each other. But I want you to know, because I got to prepare you. I don't know what God's plan is for me. I don't know what his plan is for you. But I got to prepare myself if something happens. I got to prepare you if something happens unexpectedly. This is just reality. It's a reality that we were born to die. So we don't know when, day, hour, whatever. But it's inevitable. So I need to girth you up with what you need so that you can handle it, so you can live on, so you can tell your children this is what your mother used to do. This is what I used to tell them stories all the time. They said, Mama, tell us the story about so and so. So we storytellers, so you get that and cultivate that into your young people. So God has been good though. I attribute that to my parents. I attribute that to them because they taught us family. They nurtured us. And while they're two different types of people, my daddy had the patience I was slow, You're going to get this. You're going to learn how to read. You're going to learn how to write. My mother was a talker. She was just delegating and carrying on. So, but it gives you a balance. And so you have to give credit because it has to come from somewhere. So I don't take it all on me. I give my parents credit and their parents credit to make me who I am today.
And your father's coming up on what birthday?
God is so good. My daddy is getting ready to turn 90 years old.
That's amazing.
90 years old. He has all his faculties. He drives his own car. He gets up and goes out every day, regardless of how cold it is. And he has been the patriarch in our family and set an absolutely excellent example of what a man should be doing for himself and for his family. He's selfless. I call him a saint because, some of the stuff he do, I'd be like, Daddy, you good, you good, you good. But he is a spiritual man, and I think you reap what you sow in life. So you sow those good seeds, your harvest just will spread.
Bountiful.
Yeah, and he was probably about 80, and we had a party for him, and in the community in which I lived, he was a forefront in there, but the testimonies that they gave him, the reality to see how they saw my father was just so heart-wrenching because it shed a new light on how he's perceived in this world. You know what I'm saying? So We're going to honor him with a very beautiful, I'm going into Hawk, y'all, with a black tie affair. He loves jazz music. We're having a live band, and he's excited. So we're going to have a good time. But God is good. He's blessed me with longevity, and I'm able to really see him be happy. So
well, you are a blessing. You are. And, you know, you were speaking on family and tradition. It's holiday season. Are there any holiday traditions that your family follows that you just can't wait for?
Well, actually, you know, our genre is changing and evolving, and so it's very difficult these days. And with my son being in the league, we kind of cater ourselves to his schedule, but the main thing is coming together as a family. If we can get under one roof, share that meal, have that laugh or that cry or fuss or cuss or whatever the case may be. But once we're up under that one roof and we can touch and agree, and that tradition of understanding what family is,
being together,
and being together, it has been, and I've learned. My parents got divorced, and we would all still be together.
Yeah.
And people would say, I thought your parents were divorced. I was like, hey, look. They taught us family. So while they wanted to do one of these numbers, I was like, oh no, Thanksgiving will be right here. Y'all decide if y'all want to come. And of course, that kept our family together. So by them both being family oriented, even though they were separated, we were still seen and perceived as one family.
That's our business, not yours.
You know, but it set an example, and it taught me that in life, we have so many families that become disconnected. And when they become disconnected, they don't know what it takes to keep the family together. And so when people tell me that, I say to myself, what is it? What has kept us still coming together? One, love. Two, the unity of the fact that we're under one little unit. But more importantly, we have the opportunity to set aside our differences for whatever it is we need to come together for. Whether it be death, whether it be a birthday, whether it be a graduation, whether it be I need to go help you do so and so and so. And unfortunately, we as people don't know how to put aside those differences to remain as a unit. So if that example is being set, then that's what I can tell people. You gotta put that behind you. You can't keep holding on to those grudges. You can't keep holding on to that hate, because you're stifling yourself. You're not going to grow when you do that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you have to put it aside for the family's sake so you can stay together. That's what's going to keep you unified. That's what's going to keep you as a family. In spite of, my brother right now gets on my dang blasted nerves, but, I pick up the phone and say, look, we're going to sit down, we're going to talk, we're going to try to work this out.
Yeah.
Now you don't want to, that's going to be your problem, but you have to suffer the consequences. But my point is, even though I may not like you right now, I'm going to always love you, and I don't have no choice. I mean, you my brother by blood, so I can't get rid of you.
You know what God gave me.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to, and I'm instilling that into my children now, because when I was having these kids, and I realized if I just keep hating you and saying I'm not going to let you do this and take the kids from you and all that kind of stuff, the light bulb went on. I said, if I allow that to happen, you'll do the same thing to me. That's not what I want to teach my children. I want you to be compassionate. I want you to have empathy. I want you to understand that you have to respect people even though you don't like them. I said, you'll never turn around and tell me, Mama, get out, or disrespect me. I never had those. But they see what you do. They see how you act. They hear what you say. You have to understand your audience. I have one child that listens. It ain't about what I do. It's about what I say. The other ones can do what I see, what I do. But this one, he's different. But anyway. But I recognize, you have to be very in tune to your children and not have rose-colored glasses on. You have to understand that they're human. You have to understand that we all make mistakes. I remember when they were young, I said, Mama's not perfect. Mama makes mistakes. The light bulb went on in it. The ass went, you telling me?
What?
You know, no, but I have to let you know. This journey that I'm walking, I don't know where I'm going and what I'm doing. I got to do the best that I can. But I want you to know, I don't know everything. I don't try to know everything. And when you're raising men as an African-American female, I know what a woman is.
Mm-hmm.
I really know what a woman is. Really a man, I know what my father did. But some things I can't answer. You know what I'm saying? So God was fortunate enough to have people in my life that I could say, you know, Mommy doesn't know. But go over and ask so-and-so. But I trust him because I know what his character is. And come back and tell me what he said. Because I don't have a male perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think I may have one, but I really don't. I don't really know how you feel. You know, because we made different, you know.
Right.
I'm emotional. You guys could be detached. Y'all visual, you know, that kind of stuff. So when it comes down to the real nitty gritty of the psyche, you know, I know how I can tell you how to relate, but I can't tell you deep down with a male perspective. I can think about it when you talk about the journey of how society has taught you guys and what they've done to you and where your place is. I understand it, but what you really feel, and I probably have a better understanding because I raised boys and how I don't want the world to perceive them a certain way. But ultimately, you know, as my father, who's 90 years old, and he had to walk down the road with no shoes on and say, yes, the master, you know, that kind of stuff. My grandfather had to say, you know, yes, the master in Arkansas. You know, I don't know what that is. I know what racism is. I experienced it. My son has never experienced it, except when he went over to Serbia. And he was like, Mom, I don't like it here, you know. But I try not to shield you from that, but I want you to know that it's there. You know, you have to be able to handle it. So I just watched this movie called American Son. It's a Netflix movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it was talking about this specific thing about she was in a interracial marriage and the certain things that you want to teach your child and what you encounter as a man, because she raised a son. And so, and how the police look at you and how the world looks at you and how you instill how you're supposed to act and how you're supposed to stand tall. And you know, I taught my son, you stand tall, you look a man in his eye, you firm, you shake that man's hand. I tell young boys right this, right there, they're hot. I stop you right now. You look me, get a grip on there. Because if you obviously ain't getting it somewhere.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? But you also have to remember, you have to respect authority. There's a time and a place. You want to have your life, you sacrifice right now, and we're going to take care of it on the back end. You know, that's what's wrong with these young people now. They want to circumvent the system. They want to disrespect authority. And you harming yourself because it ain't getting you nowhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to pay attention. You have to. And you takes a village. And so my son used to say, Mom, you can't be talking like that. I said, boy, I don't walk in fear. That's a child. That's a child right there. God got my back. He said, Mom, they crazy. I said, let me tell you something. I ain't scared.
No.
Okay?
It's not giving the spirit of fear.
You're not supposed, we all do, but I'm saying if you walk that way, then you're a target. You walk the way, you miss out on opportunities. I'm raising you to be a man so that you can be out here and help yourself, your family, and somebody else. So I don't walk like that. But I told him, I said, you know what, if your friend don't want me to tell him what he need to be doing, I don't have to. I don't have to. I won't care about what happens to him and his. I can go on to the next one.
Yeah.
Somebody who's going to receive what I have to say. That's what Jesus does. That's what our Father does. He said, y'all can come, y'all can get it, but it's your choice.
Yeah.
So we have to recognize that. You know what I'm saying? So I try to help what I can when it comes to these young men like you guys. You know, I was really inspired one day. I went to one of the Crawfords. They have this thing in Detroit, and I guess I had to gift the gab again. But I had like 7 men standing around me just tapping into what I had to say based on what the conversation was. And it really was eye-opening because, you know, they were just slowly coming. And I was like, I'm just telling some truths, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But it held their attention. It held their attention, and they took away something that they wouldn't have, they were fed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So God is good. You know, you don't know when he's going to take you and put you somewhere. God is really good in that manner.
That is
They're blessed.
Yes.
Yeah, be a vessel.
Before we let you get away from here, can you leave us with some food for thought? You have quotes on deck. Can you leave us with a great quote?
Oh, goodness. I'll leave you with the two that I give my children that have stuck to them through their journey. And the first one is, and anybody can use this, is that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And the last one, which Evan actually using as a perfect example, if you work hard and have determination, it pays off. And he's used that. If you follow him, and it's amazing that he says a lot of things that I say, you know, my mama told me this, my mama told me. Sometimes
you up on him.
Well, you know what, but it would be nice if I could hear him say, Mom, he tells me he loves me. But sometimes, you know, action speaks louder than words. You know how we get in our feelings and stuff. But it's good to know that he still carries that. But those two right there tells you to plan your life, get yourself together. And the other one says work hard. Hard work and perseverance brings on great rewards. So if you know what the plan is using those two quotes, then you should be okay. Aside from one of the other stuff you got going on.
You know, it's, you know, just on the outside looking in, having a glimpse at Evan's career, knowing the type of player that he is, it's easy to see where that comes from after